very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashwin Sani Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. India International Textiles Expo 2019 kicked off today in Colombo. Tripadil states that Sri Lanka has the potential to become Australia's favourite holiday destination in Asia. News in detail. The third edition of exhibition Come Buyer Seller Meet India International Textiles Expo 2019 kicked off today at the Galadari Hotel in Colombo with the objective of improving powerloom industry of India and promotion of marketing of powerloom products including exports. This exhibition is organized by the Powerloom Development and Export Promotion Council set up by Ministry of Textiles of Government of India. India International Textiles Expo 2019 is a 3-day event which will go on till 31st July 2019 and about 25 selected exhibitors from various parts of India such as Tamil Nadu, Solapur, Italkaranji will be displaying varieties of apparel fabrics, made-ups, home textiles, traditional items, etc. in various blends and designs. The previous editions of iTex Colombo attracted over 4,000 buyers from Sri Lanka and over 40 Indian exhibitors who displayed variety of textile products from India. The event was open for visitors and buyers at 12 noon today and will be open from 10 am to 6 pm on 30th and 31st July 2019. The event is ideal platform for importers, dealers and garment manufacturers of Sri Lanka to directly interact with exhibitors and to choose their requirements of various varieties in fibre composition, weave and shades. Meanwhile, the Council of Economic and Commercial at the High Commission of India to Sri Lanka, Suja K. Menon, briefed about the Indo-Sri Lanka relationships in the textile industry.
There is a lot of synergy that if you look at India and Sri Lanka, especially in the textile sector. India is the second largest manufacturer of textile fiber in the world. We are the largest in cotton and the jute, the second largest in silk. And Sri Lanka, as Sharad and others, Rehan Lakhani have already mentioned, they have found a niche for themselves in certain categories. So there is a lot, if we concentrate, that we can do together. And if you look at other textile traditions in both the countries, the legend says that when Prince Vijaya came from India to Sri Lanka, he saw the Princess Kuveni sitting and weaving. And if you look at India, mention of textiles dates back to as early as 3000 BC during the Indus Valley civilization. And of course, it finds mention in the oldest of the Vedas, the Rig Veda. So we come from such strong positions of strength. There is a lot that we can do in the present times as well.
Deputy Minister of Petroleum Resource Development of Sri Lanka, Anu Magamage, mentions that Sri Lanka's growth strategy considers its industrial development as the main engine of development. Deputy Minister of Petroleum Resource Development of Sri Lanka made these comments while addressing the third edition of exhibition Come Buyer Seller Meet India International Textiles Expo 2019.
The ITI exhibition is part of my government's vision to ensure that Sri Lanka achieves its future growth potential by 2025. As a Member of Parliament, I am equally committed to this. In order to accomplish this goal, we have to create an environment where all citizens have the opportunity to achieve a higher income and a better standard of living. The structural transformation necessary for this change is already underway. The government's growth strategy holds industrial development as its main component. Accordingly, Sri Lanka will have a flourishing industry sector growing at a rate of more than 15% per annum in the coming years. The country will become a preferred destination for investment in industry, specifically by private investors. The government has already taken steps to ensure that all industries are now making value addition products to an international standard, resulting in high quality exports. There is encouragement for industries to change methods of production, embrace innovations, employ new processes, manufacture new products and deliver new services.
Australia's most popular online travel company Tripadil states that Sri Lanka has the potential to become Australia's favourite holiday destination in Asia, beating Bali in Indonesia. These comments of confidence towards Sri Lanka tourism were made by the Tripadil co-founder and Chief Executive Officer Norm Black when he recently engaged in an all-island tour to Sri Lanka in showing solidarity with the country following Easter Sunday attacks. Tripadale is an online travel agent founded in 2011 and was voted Best Online Travel Agency by the Australian Federation of Travel Agents in 2017. Tripadale officials acknowledged that Australia became the fifth largest tourism source market for Sri Lanka, with arrivals reaching 110,928 in 2018, accounting to 36% growth over the previous year. There had been an increase in tourist arrivals from Australia to Sri Lanka, with Sri Lankan Airlines launching non-stop flights from Australia in October 2017 from Melbourne to Colombo. Nevertheless, Tripadale CEO Norm Black stressed that direct flights between Sydney and Colombo are crucial to reach the full potential of Australian outbound tourism market for Sri Lanka tourism. In Sri Lanka, about 360,000 women become pregnant every year, and 1 out of 3 of these pregnancies are estimated to be unplanned. And efficient family planning is the medical recommendation to prevent unplanned pregnancies. This information was shared at a dialogue conducted by the Sri Lanka Medical Association together with the United Nations Population Fund, aiming to provide a platform for open discussion and to dispel myths and misconceptions around family planning. During the policy dialogue, it was mentioned that in 2017, about 326,000 live births took place in Sri Lanka, and around 49,000 of those mothers were over 35 years of age, with 127 maternal deaths being reported in that year. Out of those maternal deaths, 28 mothers died due to the consequences of having an unplanned pregnancy, and in this same year, the number of stillbirths reported was 1,770. Moreover, it was noted that according to the Demographic and Health Survey of 2016, 35% of married women in Sri Lanka do not use contraception, and teenage pregnancies are at a rate of 4.6%, with subnational disparities of 5 to 8%. Speaking at the session, Assistant Representative of UNPFA, Madhusha Dissanayaka, highlighted that family planning saves lives and it can prevent unwanted pregnancies and avert unsafe abortions. There are many misconceptions around family planning. It must be understood that it is not about population control. Family planning enables women to complete their education and pursue careers, thereby contributing towards a progressive and sustainably developed Sri Lanka. President of Sri Lanka Medical Association, Dr. Anula Vijay Sundara, said so addressing the session. Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. President Maithripala Sirisena states that the existing close cooperation in naval sector between Japan and Sri Lanka should be expanded to the army. President Maithripala Sirisena made these claims when Japanese State Minister of Defense Kenji Harada called on him at the President's official residence in Colombo last Friday. President Maithripala Sirisena said that as both countries are interested in maritime security, Japan and Sri Lanka should further increase cooperation between the two navies to ensure international maritime security as well as safety and security of international waters. President Sirisena also referred to the tripartite agreement reached between Sri Lanka, Japan and India to develop the eastern terminal of Colombo port and said it was a very important step to develop the capacity of the port of Colombo. Meanwhile, State Minister Kenji Harada noted that defence and economic cooperation between Japan and Sri Lanka has made rapid progress in recent years and said that the cooperation between the two navies cover joint naval operations, training and logistics. Secretary to President Udayar Seniviratne, Japanese Ambassador Akira Sugiyama, Director of Japanese Defence Cooperation and Exchanges Masakazu Takahashi and Executive Assistant to State Minister Hiroshi Kokubu were also present on this occasion. National Gem and Jewellery Authority has arranged to hold its annual event of the Facets International Gem and Jewellery Exhibition for the 29th year. The International Gem and Jewellery Exhibition, which is known as Facets, will kick off in Colombo on the 29th of August. The 29th edition of Facets International Gem and Jewellery Exhibition by the National Gems and Jewellery Authority will be held at BMICH from the 29th of August to 1st of September in a bid to attract international dealers to the country. Facets International Gem and Jewellery Exhibition is organized by the Sri Lanka Gem and Jewellery Association and sponsored by the National Gem and Jewellery Authority and in the Exports Development Board. Here, Sri Lanka Gem and Jewellery Association Chairman Altaf Iqbal speaking at the media briefing.
The primary objective of the show is to strengthen exports and promote industry development, with special emphasis on the industry's prime resource, the Ceylon sapphire, and also as well as to increase sales of other gemstones and jewellery products to overseas market and attract more international buyers to Sri Lanka. This year's show will accommodate mainly local and foreign exhibitors numbering about 183 stalls, showcasing their gem and jewellery products. Approximately 8,000 visitors are expected to visit the show, including a number of trade buyers and delegations from overseas.
Meanwhile, National Gems and Jewellery Authority Chairman Reginald Kure says that the cooperation between the government and the private sector is essential for the development of the country's economy. He made these remarks last week addressing a media briefing to announce about the 29th edition of Facets International Gem and Jewellery Exhibition by the National Gems and Jewellery Authority.
Now we live an era where the cooperation of the private sector and government sector is very, very important. Once we believe the state sector should be the engine of the economy, now that idea has been changed. Now we believe the cooperation between the private sector and the public sector is very, very important. That is why the private-public partnership new system is introduced all over the world. So I firmly believe the cooperation between NGGA and the association will play a very, very important and significant role for the development of the country and the industry.
The Colombo International Theatre Festival 2019 will take place this year too for the 8th year from the 4th to the 9th of August in Colombo. The festival will be a rare opportunity for theatre lovers as it brings dramas from the world to a stage in Colombo for 6 days daily. Colombo International Theatre Festival, which was conducted in Sri Lanka in 2012 for the first time, will be held next week for the 8th successive year. This year, the festival will represent productions from Germany, India, Austria, Pakistan, Iran, USA and Romania, and it will include theatre forum and theatre workshops conducted by international scholars. Organized by Interact Art, the festival will felicitate actor and playwright Dr. Jailath Manoratna, who has been serving Sri Lankan theatre for several decades. Festival director, speaking to the media, said that in a moment to cancel the festival for this year following the Easter Sunday attacks, a number of foreign playwrights told him that it should be the very reason why the festival should be conducted in this year. Veteran playwright Lushan Bulat Singhalo also addressed the media and said that it was only in 1980s he was able to witness a foreign festival in Sri Lanka. Colombo International Theatre Festival 2019 will kick off on the 4th of August with the Pakistani play Book of Love and Let It Be Art, play by the US director Ronald Rand. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 122.31 points to close at 5,995.2 and the S&P SL 20 gained 125.34 points to close at 3,050.82. The turnover was 1.8 billion rupees and over 60 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all the news for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.